All right, let's talk about some of the comments from our video about Medicaid with the big, beautiful bill. One person comments and says the problem is deciding who is able-bodied and who isn't able-bodied. Do they have to be on SSDI to be considered disabled? Plenty of mentally ill people don't qualify, as their bodies may be normal and capable, but they are not capable regardless of what anyone thinks about the subject. And the commenter goes on to say a little more. I think that's an excellent point and thing to be, considering when we're talking about able-bodied people between the ages of 19 and 64. What is considered able-bodied? I'd love to know what you guys consider in the comments below. Another person comments and says people with cognitive issues, recertification every 6 months will be a huge burden and it will bury the administration in paperwork. This will end up being a disaster to maintain and lead to even more backups and delays. Again, this is an area where, yes, if we're talking about good old-fashioned paperwork, yeah, we might run into these issues. I'm hoping that a lot of these systems are automated. I'm thinking that we're using computers and technology to evaluate these things. But yeah, there's definitely going to be an administrative burden, but is it worth it to make sure that everyone getting these resources are actually eligible for them? I think so. Another person says productive and unproductive. That's a far stretch. There's already so many hurdles you have to jump through to get onto these programs for lower income people. Not only that, but healthcare is a human right. The government is supposed to provide for the people, but we lost that a long time ago. The richest country on earth, and it takes millions of people health insurance away, while other countries literally have universal health care. What are we doing? Honestly, it's sickening. Even if they are unproductive, which like I said is a stretch, they deserve health care. And of course, this is at the core of the discussion. That's a fair point. I disagree that the role of government is to give people the things that they need. To me, the role of government is to facilitate a free society, but it's an interesting observation. The final comment I want to read says, for someone who is able-bodied, 20 hours a week of work or school or volunteering isn't a bad requirement for someone to receive Medicaid. This will push people who game the system in the right direction and to be productive. It will give purpose. It will put cash in their pockets. This will also generate more taxes and put less of a strain on the systems that people pay into. Great observation. That's kind of my thoughts on the matter. What do you think? Look, I'm trying to engage. Look, again, with my radio show, we kind of had a text line and things like that. This is the closest. We'll kind of experiment, iterate. Make sure that you like and subscribe to Snow in the Know on YouTube as we continue to build great discussion around current events.